today's video I have filmed a little DIY Christmassy treats and baking video for you. It is for if you want to bake some Christmassy treats, or if you're having friends and family over and you want to make them something Christmassy, or if you just want to bake and get in the Christmassy spirit, this video is for you. So if I can make them, absolutely anyone can make them. Although my cupcakes did take 3 attempts. If you fancy making some Christmassy treats, then just keep on watching and I will show you how I did it. So to start off with, we are going to make the gingerbread reindeers, and to do that you're going to need 350 grams of plain flour, 1 to 2 teaspoons of ginger, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, 125 grams of butter, 175 grams of light soft brown sugar, 1 egg and 4 tablespoons of golden syrup. So to start, I added my flour, which had already been sifted, into the bowl with 2 tablespoons of ginger and 1 tablespoon of bicarbonate of soda. I then started to add in the butter. Now it's time to add in the golden syrup. I just added in 4 dessert spoons as I didn't have a tablespoon, along with the egg and the sugar, and then mix together until you get a nice firm dough. I also got into a little trouble with my egg as it kind of got shell in it. So yeah, baking is hard. After I fixed the eggshell disaster, I just stirred the mixture until it made a nice firm dough. And now it's time to roll out our gingerbread. So I just sprinkled a little bit of flour down so the dough didn't stick, and got my rolling pin and started rolling. I then took a gingerbread cutter, which is pretty darn cute, and started cutting out little gingerbread men on the dough, as many as I could fit, and then just peeled away all the rest, leaving just the gingerbread men. I then fixed some grease-proof paper on a baking tray and lined my gingerbread men on it, ready to put in the oven for 10 minutes. Oh look, there I am, putting them in the oven and setting my timer, and then you have to just wait, let them cook, and then lift them out. And you have nice golden brown gingerbread men. Now it's time to decorate them. As I said, I was making reindeers. So for that you just turn the gingerbread men upside down and they make perfect reindeers. Who'd have thought it? To decorate I just did some little icing eyes, a little icing nose, and stuck a sweetie on and just made some antlers. I also made some gingerbread men too. Now it's time for the melting snowman. For this you will need some biscuits. I used the gingerbread like I used for the reindeers, some marshmallows, icing sugar and icing pens. You could just use shop-bought biscuits, but I decided to use homemade gingerbread, which I just cut out using a glass. Popped them on a baking tray and into the oven for 10 minutes again. And while they was in the oven, I decided to make my icing sugar to make the melted snowman bodies. And yeah, I kind of haven't made icing in a really long time, so I put way too much water in and made a really big icing sugar fail. So once your icing sugar is a lot more better consistency, you kind of just gloop it on your biscuits, whichever biscuits you are using, to make the melted snowman body. This kind of took a while for me to perfect. And once you've done that, I left that to one side to dry a little teeny bit while I drew my snowman face. I just drew it on with icing pens. I made him quite sad as he was melting. Once his face is decorated, it's time to just stick it on his little melted body. The icing sugar will help that stick. So you just squish that in, and then it's time to draw on the rest of his melted body. I just drew him on some little melted twig arms and then just some buttons down the middle. I really like the melted snowman as they are super simple to make, and you even don't have to make your own biscuits. You can go and buy them from the shop and just ice them yourself. So they can be really quick and simple to do. But there you have it, there's my melted snowman. It's Christmas tree cupcake. So to do this you will need 175 grams of self-raising flour, 175 grams of caster sugar, 175 grams of butter, 3 eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And for the buttercream icing you will need 100 grams of butter, 200 grams of icing sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk and some food colouring. These was definitely the hardest to make, but to start with you add the sugar and the butter in a bowl and mix that together until it's light and fluffy. This takes some doing if you haven't got an electric whisk or whisker, so yeah, just stick at it, it does need a lot of elbow grease. Once your mixture is looking a little bit like this, it's then time to add in your sifted flour and beaten eggs a little bit at a time, making sure to fold the egg and the flour into the mixture. Once you have finished folding your flour and egg into the mixture, you should be left with a really smooth, lump-free mixture. Now it's time to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and then just fold that in. So a hard bit done, it's time to fill your cupcake cases. I lined a cupcake tin with cupcake cases and these are kind of Christmassy. I got them from Asda and then just added my mixture into them until it was all gone. I don't know why I did it that way first, but hey ho, things can get kind of weird when you've been in the kitchen all day. Once they are all filled, off they went into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes until they are completely golden brown. While those were in the oven, I made my buttercream icing. I added the butter and icing sugar together and then just mixed that together until it made a paste. Then I just added in a couple of spoons of milk to make that even more pasty, and then food colouring to make it very green for Christmas trees. Then I filled a piping bag and began piping. This was my first time, so yeah. I just kind of swirled it round and kind of tried to make a Christmas tree shape. Yeah, you get the gist. Then I just sprinkled on some decorative things and topped it off with a Milky Way star to make the star at the top of the tree. And there you have it, my Christmas tree cupcakes. So there you go, that is how I made my Christmassy treats. Don't forget to leave in the comments below which was your favourite one and which one you think looks the most yummy. Do let me know if you recreate any of these. Just Instagram them, tweet them and just tag me in them. I'd be really excited to see if you make them. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I shall see you soon. Bye!